But you don't have to have any gourmand notes for a fragrance to be sexy. And that is where you truly see the art of fragrance. What's up, my cherry bombs? On today's video, we're going to be diving into the house of Fragrance du Bois. Now, we're not going to focus on the entire house. We have one specific fragrance that I think that is the perfect fragrance for every single body that's looking into Fragrance du Bois. I honestly feel like this is the first fragrance that you should definitely look into or invest in when you're looking into the Fragrance du Bois house, especially if it's your first time. And if that sounds like something that you're definitely interested in, let's get right into this video. Whenever I hear the brand or think of the brand Fragrance du Bois, all I could think of is pure luxury. And that is exactly what Fragrance du Bois give us in each and every one of their fragrances. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about this amazing fragrance that was sent to me by Fragrance du Bois. So thank you so much, Fragrance du Bois CAVORT. Now, Fragrance du Bois definitely did not ask for a YouTube video. They didn't ask for a review. They just sent this to me as a gift. So every single thing that I'm telling you guys in this video is my honest opinion. So as you guys know, Fragrance du Bois is all about luxury. On the back of this bottle, it says an original perfume by Fragrance du Bois, luxury fragrance redefined. And I would have to agree with that. Whenever you're thinking about luxury, you have to put Fragrance du Bois in it. The same way people put Francis Kirk de Jean, Fragrance du Bois is just as good, and even I want to say it's kind of more luxury than Maison Francis Kirk de Jean. So CAVORT is a 2021 release. It is marketed towards men and women. It is an extrait de parfum. So that means it is a higher concentration than regular perfumes. So when we're looking at the packaging of this fragrance, you can tell that Fragrance du Bois takes their time and effort in making sure that their packaging is top tier. From the beautiful bottle to the beautiful box, everything about Fragrance du Bois is screaming luxury. I love the red lining that's in the velvet box. It's black and gold. Now, one thing about Fragrance du Bois that I would have to point out is the fact that they changed the design just a little bit. In the old packaging, it was extremely straight and square. These are a little bit more rounded, and then when you look at the back, you can see the logo. And before, you was not able to see the logo piercing through. It was just a solid gold. On the plaque, yes, this is plaque, you see this color change for the specific fragrance. So they have two fragrances from this collection, which is the For Lovers collection. And this one is CAVORT, which is purple and gold, and Secretrice, which is red and gold. Fragrantica says the main accords of this fragrance is warm, spicy, woody, amber, rose, animalic, balsamic, white floral, yellow, floral, metallic, and sweet. So I already have the fragrance dried down on my hand, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how the mist is and how it looks when I'm spraying it on a piece of paper. It's a fine luxury mist. Ooh, so when you first spray this fragrance, the first thing you get is a burst of cinnamon and saffron. It is so beautiful. And that saffron with the cinnamon almost give me a little bit of a leather note. So you have to know leather fragrances to smell that vibe. That's the type of note that comes to mind, but it's not leather at all. Then when it starts to like instantly dry down, I get the saffron, and the saffron in this is super clean and almost kind of like very fresh. So it's very fresh, it's very clean, and I feel like it is like the most authentic saffron I've smelled in a fragrance, because saffron to me, most people try to make it extremely spicy, but in this fragrance, it's very fresh and like fresh herbs. Like imagine picking fresh black peppers. Imagine picking fresh saffron, you know? It's super fresh and clean, and I think the Divana gives it more of a cleaner feel. And then you get that cinnamon, and like I said, the cinnamon is not super harsh or spicy. So I feel like in this fragrance, the cinnamon is very much sprinkled in here, but it's definitely there. And then you start to get the rose, and the rose again is almost like a fresh rose. Now, I don't get the orange blossom. I kind of wanted to get more of the orange blossom in this fragrance, but after smelling this fragrance, I'm not too mad at it, because if they had amped up the orange blossom, I feel like it would kind of smell like other fragrances on the market. So I feel like the orange blossom is there, but it's definitely in the background because I can't pull it off on my skin or on the paper. but the jasmine and the rose is definitely there. And y'all know whenever a fragrance has saffron, it has jasmine, you know it's very sexy. And I love the fact that they put this in the For Lovers collection because this is really beautiful. It's very sexy. And then when we get to the base, I do get the patchouli, but the patchouli is not heavy at all. So if you're not a patchouli fan, then definitely test this out because it is not a heavy patchouli fragrance. Incense, when we're talking about incense, you do get a little bit of like a smoky aspect, but it's really not there. You really have to like dig into the fragrance to get that. And then of course, labdanum and sandalwood. I do get the labdanum, I get the sandalwood. Now the sandalwood is not creamy like how I would have thought that it would have been, but it's definitely woody. So in a nutshell, this fragrance is a beautiful ambery floral spicy fragrance. Okay, if I could change anything about this fragrance, I would add a note of vanilla, because honestly a note of vanilla in this fragrance will make it one of the best, to be honest with you guys. But honestly, it's sexy. I wouldn't say that it leans more feminine or more masculine, because I can see my husband wearing this and rocking it with no issue. And I honestly feel like if he would rock this fragrance, no one would really think or even go to him and say you're wearing a female fragrance. That's why I feel like it is a perfect unisex fragrance. Now, if we're comparing it to Cicatrice, then I would definitely say that this one is the more feminine fragrance. But when we're thinking about this fragrance by itself, it is definitely unisex. Where would I wear this fragrance? I would wear this fragrance to my wedding day. I honestly feel like this is a really beautiful fragrance for a bride. I think this is a beautiful fragrance for a groom. I think this is a very upscale fragrance. So I would not wear this just to wear it. I would wear it to a special occasion. I would wear it to a beautiful fancy dinner, fancy brunch, fancy wedding, a wedding rehearsal, a bridal shower. It just screams out bride to me. It screams out groom, because whenever I put a fragrance in that type of category, you already know that it is just top tier. It is luxe, it is refined, it is lavish, and I love a good lavish fragrance. And when Fragrance Du Bois sent this to me and I sprayed it, I instantly fell in love. When we're talking about longevity, before I made this video, I made sure that I tested it out for you guys. I tested it out the day that I got this fragrance, and I tested it out last night, and I let it dry down. My husband thought this fragrance was super sexy. He thought it was beautiful. And when we're talking about sexy, most people think that sexy leans towards sweet and just like gourmand, which most of the time it does, but you don't have to have any gourmand notes for a fragrance to be sexy. And that is where you truly see the art of fragrance, because when brands are making sexy fragrances, they automatically just throw in tonka bean, vanilla, powdery notes, you know, some rose, some sweetness, and then call it a gourmand and call it sexy. I want you guys to get yourself out of that mindset and believing that only gourmands and just vanillas are sexy. Even though I'm a huge gourmand fan, that is not realistic. There's fragrances out there that does not have not one gourmand note, and that is sexy as hell. And this is very sexy. I put it on my skin, and you guys, it is currently 11 a.m. and I haven't done my shower yet, and I still smell it on my skin. So on the skin, it honestly gives me 8 hours. At the 7-hour mark, it starts to die down and become more of a lingering fragrance. When it comes to longevity, this is one that lasts a long time. So imagine putting it on your clothes. The first day I got it, I did put it on my clothes and my skin, and it still smells like CAVORT inside of my laundry bin, because I have those clothes in the laundry. So when it comes to longevity, you know that CAVORT do not miss. As far as uniqueness, how unique is this fragrance? I honestly would have to say that this is unique, but it's not the most unique fragrance that I have in my collection, because I have a big, huge collection. It's not a dupe at all, so that is a really good thing, because it's really hard to make original fragrances nowadays, and this is definitely original. It is unique, it is original. If I would have to compare it with some fragrances, I would compare it to Strychnina by Vicanto. I would also compare it to Roja Dove's Enigma. Like I said, they are not dupes at all. They do not smell the same at all. To be honest with you guys, they're not even remotely close. But if you are thinking of fragrances that you might like, if you like those two fragrances, then you'll definitely like this one. You can sample this at Twisted Lily. You can use my discount code CHERYSTV10 if you would like to purchase a full bottle Or if you would like to get a sample, you can also find it at Fragrance Du Bois, and you can get that experience. So if you don't care about that and you're all about saving coins, you can definitely get this at Twisted Lily using my discount code. And like I said, you guys, this is my honest opinion about this fragrance. I think it is absolutely gorgeous, and I think that everyone should have a Fragrance Du Bois in their collection. And if you're starting off, CAVORT is the perfect one to start off with. That was my review for CAVORT. If you would like to see another review, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you think about this fragrance. If you've tried it, comment down below. If you are thinking about getting it, comment down below if I convince you to get it, okay? Until we see each other again, please, please, please stay safe and keep on smelling fragrances. Bye. 2020, which is Peregrina and Sophistication. Shit.